All right, everybody. Hello. Welcome to episode 3 of the Willpower Podcast. If you haven't yet, please feel free to check out episode 2, where I get to interview Edward Abbott. That can be found in the description down below. And today I am honored to have my personal favorite NBA commentary YouTuber, WillSoTrill. A little bit about you. So you've amounted 75,000 subscribers on YouTube. So lots of questions. I want to dive in deep on that. And yeah, man, welcome to the show.
Hey man, I appreciate you having me on here, and that's big to say as well. Like I'm your favorite
100%.
NBA creator. I appreciate that a lot, man.
Yeah, no
that does
question.
mean a lot to me.
I think truthfully, it's the legendary voice. That's what everybody looks at your content
Yeah,
for.
yeah.
It's amazing, man. I want to start with the beginning. Who is WillSoTrill? What got you into YouTube? And obviously, I'll dive deeper into other questions after that. But tell me the beginning.
All right, for sure. So the first time I posted a video, I was probably like 10, 11, 12 years old. Obviously, very bad content at that point. I think it was an NBA 2K video. I used to play that back in the day. I would watch guys like Chris Smooth, QJB, K Spade, the Prospect, all of those guys that posted like my career videos
Legends.
and everything.
Legends.
Exactly, yeah. And I was influenced by that, and I was like, one day, just set up my tablet in front of the screen and just recorded myself playing the game.
Which 2K was it?
It
Out
was
of curiosity, the
2K13.
first one.
Yeah,
Okay.
2K13. It was the first 2K I played as well. So
Yeah.
yeah, that was the first time I ever posted anything, and from there I kind of just kept on going with it inconsistently. But I remember when the Xbox One dropped, because I started all with like gaming videos, but when the Xbox One dropped, it had like an internal capture card, and this changed everything because now I could actually record the game instead of having my phone or tablet or whatever set up.
Yeah.
And I posted a bunch of gaming videos. My first channel to hit 1,000 subs, I think, was around 2017. And then I ended up making another channel around that same time. This channel ended up doing like 20K by the year of 2020. That was both NBA 2K channels. I was big into the 2K space, but I eventually kind of got tired of the game. I mean, I don't know if you play 2K, but let's be honest.
I do.
It's gotten a lot
Yeah.
worse. So that was my thing. I didn't really enjoy the game as much anymore. So I was like, okay, I'm going to just try NBA.
Fair.
And that is when, in 2020, I came up with the WillSoTrill NBA channel. That name is a nickname that a friend gave me in school as well. So that's where that's from. But I just was like, okay, I'm going to make this NBA channel. You know, I watch a lot of basketball, big fan of the sport for a long time. And it's my favorite sport at this point. So I'm going to just make videos about basketball. And that's where it all began.
I love it. And what would you say gave you the confidence? A lot of people seem hesitant to get on social media, to get on YouTube, get in front of the camera. What is it with you that gave you the confidence to say, you know what, I can do this. I can maybe even make something of it.
Well, the thing is with the gaming videos, like I was never in the videos for like a long time. So that I don't think that happened until like I did my first brand deal, which was probably maybe only like 2 years ago. But I don't know, like it was just something that I wanted to do. And because of that, it wasn't really a confidence thing. Obviously, you know, when you're in school and you're making videos like that, people do judge.
Sure.
But once results begin to show up, it's like, oh, now
Now
you can
everybody's a fan.
judge, you know?
Yeah.
It's like, now
Yeah.
it's like, oh, wait, this is actually working, you know? So I think in the early phases, I just kind of didn't care. So I don't know. It's something I can't really answer that well just because it didn't matter much to me.
It came naturally for you. And to you, the opinion of others didn't really matter for you. So that's good. I admire that because I think for me, for the longest, I mean, I'm 27 now, finally getting into YouTube. I spent a lot of time like within the community doing a lot of basketball work and events and stuff. And I was comfortable enough in front of the camera. But to say I'm going to start a YouTube channel, that was something for me that it took a while to get that confidence to get there. And then I get to a point where it's, you know, who cares? Like I might as well just go for it and see what happens, right?
For sure, yeah.
Yeah.
It's like once that realization clicks.
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah.
I want to speak on the first time I came across your page. You created a video that is my favorite to this day. Your most viral one. You created a little mini movie. You created a beautiful documentary that was, I would consider, a movie about Giannis Antetokounmpo and his journey through the NBA. I want to know first, tell me about that video and the process, how long it took you, and I also want to know, did any NBA players ever reach out to you through making your videos?
Okay, yeah. So this is actually a big story to me becoming a full-time creator because this guy right here, Giannis,
Yep.
basically was the reason that I'm able to do this now because of
Wow.
that video. Um, Before that video dropped, I had a full-time job. I worked with one of my friends as he was also a content creator, and I kind of just did a bunch of different things for him. And it was a lot. Like I played a lot of roles for him, so I hardly had time to make my own videos. And with this Giannis one, I was just like, man, it is what it is. I'm gonna go as hard as possible. And I remember I was up until like 4 a.m. That night writing the script for that video. Like I said, I wasn't gonna stop until I'm finished, and it was 4 a.m. when I finished. But that's what happened, right? And the process of making that video, I had just brought on my editor, who before was just a per project basis, but I brought him on like officially, on the like full time to start with this video right here. So a lot was riding on this. I put a bunch of time into it. I put resources into it, money and everything, and I was like, it was a lot riding on that video, and I was very confident in it. I remember editing it. I'm like, this is such a great story, and I knew that it was gonna have emotional impact. And that was like, okay, this video, it has the hit. But I could have never expected what it ultimately ended up doing, right? Like, I think it's almost at 4 mil now,
Yeah.
which is crazy. But that video ended up opening the door for me to be able to do this full time. So now that I am making YouTube videos full time, that was the video that started it all. Like,
Wow.
that showed me it was possible. I never truly believed that I could hit 100K subs on my channel until that happened. It was like, okay, now I believe fully. Like this is something that can happen. This is something that I can do. Like that really just changed everything for sure.
Yeah. If you're comfortable sharing, like, what do you mean specifically when you say it enabled you to be allowed to do it full time when it comes to content creation?
Well, before, I mean, the channel was very inconsistent. It didn't pull in
Sure.
the amount of views that was necessary. Also, the confidence thing as well of like, oh, I know for a fact. Because when you try to just make money fully off YouTube, it's very risky. You have a bad month, it's like, oh, you're in trouble, right?
No.
So that showed me like, I can do this. I can absolutely do this. I shouldn't be worried. So that was a big point there, I would say. The confidence, just the momentum that it created for the channel and everything like that. And eventually my friend I was working for saw it and he was like, yo, I'm not gonna lie, bro, I think you should go all in. And like,
Yeah.
because my thing is, I felt like I never could have made the decision to leave him because I felt like I would have been doing it a service because I was so important in the roles that I played with him. So it was like, I never felt like I could make the decision to leave until he came to me that day and was like, yo, I'm not gonna lie, I saw the work that you're doing and I think you can do this. And I think you should
Yeah.
drop down to part-time and focus on yourself. So it was a combination of those things, really.
What did that moment mean to you to have him come and tell you, yo, like, you can do this full time, pursue it, and you can do it?
It was huge because, like, coming from him, he's done this before.
Yeah.
He has 2 channels over 100K, one with 500, one with probably close to 200 now. I don't know. But to see somebody that has done this before say that they believe in me after seeing the work that I put out is huge. And it boosted that confidence even more that I could do it, So it was definitely a big moment.
That's
like,
awesome.
that was very important, yeah.
Yeah. And then what are some pieces of advice? So for example, for me, right, I just started my channel. I think I'm at like 18, 20 subs now. So I'm just starting out. But advice for me or any really new to YouTube space wanting to create their content and how to build their page, what advice would you give for them and for me as well?
So the thing is, when I try to give advice, sometimes I get like too in depth. So I'm gonna try to keep it as general as I
Sure.
can.
Fair enough.
So my thing is, I think one of the most important things is if you're making videos, you want to be making videos that you yourself would consume and watch and really enjoy, and videos that would resonate with yourself, right? Because if it resonates with you and there's people that are similar to you in terms of the interest and everything like that, it's going to resonate with that group of people as well. So I think that's the most important thing to begin is just making sure the videos that you're making is something that you would watch, maybe even friends who have similar interests to you would also watch. Because if you check that box, I mean, it's very important because ultimately it's a people game. You have to appeal to what people are interested in. So
Yeah, absolutely. And even speak on maybe like the emotional roller coaster of, obviously we work in business, it's performance based. You're dealing with obviously a slow month, something can happen in your personal life. Can you speak on maybe like the roller coaster of being in the world of YouTube and maybe having a video you put so much time into and it didn't quite do as well as you expected it to?
Yeah, that definitely happens a lot.
Yeah.
It's a game that's performance based, and you're not always going to be correct on the decisions that you make. And I think that you kind of have to accept that, and you have to learn from everything that happens. So if a video doesn't perform, I think the best thing is just trying to understand why. Which there's not always a 100% answer. Maybe it's just you posted a video about something, and the moment you got the video out, let's say it took you some time to get it out, but the moment you got it out, the interest in the topic has dropped. It's like, oh, you can't really do much about that at that point, right? But I think just trying to learn from everything, the channel personally, like for me right now, has not been doing the best. But every time that I post a video and it doesn't perform, it's like, okay, try to figure out what to do next time to prevent this from happening. It's always a learning process. I mean, I'm 5 years into this channel, and I haven't posted for 5 years consecutively, but like 5 years the channel has been live and I'm still learning stuff, You'll never stop learning. So I think that's the most important thing. Like, and you can't get too emotionally tied to it as well, which is hard, which is something I haven't completely figured out yet. But yeah, I think just learning from everything that happens is the most important thing that you can do when things are
Perfect
fluctuating.
answer. It's exactly what I would have wanted to hear. I think for me, it's definitely been that. It's live with the results, but love what you put out, and obviously think of yourself as someone who's consuming it. Do you enjoy it? So that's awesome. And I want to kind of circle back a little bit more to your younger days, when you were younger, even before YouTube. How did your love for basketball begin?
Oh man, I had originally, like, my favorite sport was American football. Like, my family was not big into basketball at all, so American football was like everything that I was around, I would say. And it's the same like with the town I'm from South Georgia. Football is huge there. Like they love it, right? Basketball is not as big in the south part of the state. But one of my friends in elementary school was kind of like the reason that I started to get interested in basketball. Like I knew it was a thing, obviously, but it was like the first time I played 2K was with him. The first time I played basketball, like organized, was I don't think it was, but the reason I started playing basketball and watching and everything like that was because of him. And then as I started watching basketball, my favorite player became Derrick Rose. Obviously that was around 2010, 2011. He was going crazy. So watching him was just electrifying at that time. Like the stuff that he did was insane. I remember there was one play where he went up for a shot and then did like it was like a double clutch. I don't know what it was, but he ended up passing it out.
Yeah. I remember I think maybe I'll play the video. I think it's against Detroit, if I'm not wrong. He fake passes it, holds it, and then throws it across to the top of the key or something like that. I know which play you're talking about.
Yeah. Plays like that, like even just past his dunks and everything. It was just crazy to watch him. And obviously guys like Kevin Durant, I like watching him too. LeBron, Wade, like those four players, watching them.
Sorry to interrupt, but great videos you've done on each of those players on your channel. I just want to shout that out for sure. And I'll leave the links to all those down below as well. So
for sure, man. I appreciate that. But yeah, I mean, 100%. That's where it really all began, I would say. And as I started playing, I got really invested into it. Like, got a basketball hoop at the house. Convinced my parents to give me one, and I would play every day. All the time. So yeah, I mean. Now,
how did you start leaning into then the content itself? Like, example, talk about maybe the first piece of equipment you bought to record. And I know you mentioned the Xbox One, you're able to record the 2K videos, but I mean more like the in-person videos like you do now, where it's kind of you do documentary styles and movies.
Yeah. I think the most important things that I have in terms of like the setup, right?
Yes. Yeah.
The microphone for sure, having the top tier audio quality, gotta have that. Yep. You got the Elgato Wave right here. What is that you have right there? Rode?
This one's the Rode. Yeah, and I got 2 lights as well. Yeah.
Okay, nice. Yeah, I got 2 lights set up here too. We got similar setups right now, man.
Yes, sir.
I would say that definitely, and also because you don't have to be on camera, but if you are, lights are important, of course.
Yeah.
If you have a phone, that can be your camera. I'm using my phone right now, so I would say a laptop though is definitely key. I like a laptop personally more than a PC. You could say a PC as well, but I like just being able to move around. I can go somewhere and work, whatever. But yeah, microphone, laptop, those things are key, to be able to edit everything and have good audio quality. Once you have those 2 things, you can do a lot and make a lot of moves on any platform.
No question. I want to take a quick second to thank today's sponsor, Nobody. However, if you're a brand, business, or service, and you want to promote what you have going on my platform, you can send me a message on Instagram at willpower.podcast or send me an email, which can be found in the description down below. And please enjoy the rest of the show. For sure. And what do you use for your editing, like your software? Are you investing into anything to record audio, to do your editing on?
Yeah, so I use pretty much all of the Adobe products. I use
Okay.
Audition to record all the audio and everything, and I edit everything in post-production. That'll be on Premiere Pro. So all the
Okay.
audio, all the Adobe products.
Yeah. And now if someone wants to start and get into YouTube, how much money do you think they have to invest into it to start out? Like a comfortable amount where you're like, okay, if you want to start YouTube, I would advise you're ready to invest this much into it to start out.
I'm thinking back to like 2020, my
Yeah,
2020 self,
100%.
right?
That's what I
Because
want to
at
hear
this point,
exactly.
I was making videos with my phone, actually. I was even editing on my phone. And I remember when I told people that back then, they were all very surprised. So what that tells you is the stuff that you can do with a phone is way crazier than you even think. Like you can really edit some great videos on a phone. So I would say just use your phone for basically everything and maybe get a microphone as well. Use something that can connect to the phone, like some USB to, what is it? USB-A to like whatever your phone is connector.
Okay.
I would do that with a Blue Snowball microphone. I would record everything with a Blue Snowball. It's like a $50 mic, and I would just
Yeah.
connect everything to my phone, and I would edit everything on my phone too. So that literally only costed me $50 for a microphone and the phone that I
Yeah.
already had. If you factor in the phone, it's like, yeah, it's like probably $1,000. But if you already have a phone, which
Then you're
most people
set.
do,
Yeah.
Blue Snowball microphone, a little connector, $50, and you can honestly
Yeah.
start anything.
I love it. That's awesome.
Yeah.
And I want to speak more on your process and your videos themselves. So a lot of it is creative storytelling, right? And for you, I want to speak first on as a person, you can oftentimes like example the Giannis video. You put so much into that to a point where you're up till 4 a.m. before you upload it, right? It's day in and day out. It's a lot of work. What do you like to do to keep fresh and meaning like kind of step away from it and take breaks and obviously focus on your mental health in those times?
The main thing that I like to do the most, of like above everything, is go to the gym actually. Like
Okay.
I go every day, and started to realize that that's what keeps me like I don't know if level-headed is the right word, but that is huge for me. Because I do put in a lot of hours to do things
Yeah.
with YouTube and other business endeavors and everything like that. So going to the gym every day, I didn't even realize this until probably recently, but like that's what keeps me even. Like I wanted to go to the gym and I never really understood why. I would always have the urge like, oh, I want to go today. I want to go today. I want to go.
Yeah.
So that's really what it is. And I came to that realization. I'm like, okay, that makes sense. I'm working all the time, so this is like the exit. So that really helps me a lot.
How important is that routine? That's what you're speaking on right now a little bit, but tell me specifically tell me the vital importance for you to work at an optimized level. How important is that routine for you?
How important is what routine?
Is your routine in a daily basis to go to the gym, to maybe work within certain hours, like example 8 to 11, that's when I'm editing, and then I go to the
Okay.
gym and then back to editing. Talk about the routine for you, how important that is for success.
Oh, definitely. Just I think doing the same thing every day eliminates, and doing it in the same order eliminates a lot of like decision making that doesn't need to be made. Like
Yeah.
during the day, say, oh, I need to do this at this time, this at this time, this at this time. That takes a lot of your decision making just right there to set up your day. But if you automatically are doing everything at the same exact time every single day, you're eliminating that decision making process and you're just flowing as usual. And building up that routine, I think is definitely so key. You just get used to it at that point. So like for me, I go to the gym in the morning, I come back, I work until probably like 6 or 7, and then I'll
Okay.
go to Chipotle, get my food that I get every single day. Like,
Yeah.
I'm a very like routine based individual, I would say, doing literally the same thing every day. But it definitely helps a lot to
Awesome.
just stay organized and everything.
What's the go-to Chipotle order? Not to plug, but I'm trying to get a sponsor right now, so I need to know
Yeah.
what's the go-to for you.
So what I go for is a double wrap burrito, double
Okay.
chicken, brown rice, black beans. I get lettuce, cheese, and pico, and then a side cup of the adobo ranch that they have, and I just pour it on as I'm eating the burrito. It's fire.
Love it.
Every time.
Good pick. Good pick. Now, for someone who is starting out, example like me, right? Like I'm always open and looking into different types of sponsors I could get that fall in line with what I want to build. What advice would you have for someone that's maybe struggling to get some sponsors, get some traction in that setting?
This is a very interesting question, actually, because I know I mentioned like business endeavors earlier. And one of the things that I'm actually starting this week, hopefully, is an agency to pretty much help creators get brand deals. I've been in the space for a minute. I've landed brand deals for my friend that I used to work for, all the time. I did it for myself. And I was like, you know what? I mean, I have this ability to, not even ability, but just stuff that I've learned. It's not even an ability in my opinion.
The skill.
Yeah, exactly. So now, as for, what was the question again?
For someone who's starting out with YouTube and having a hard time getting sponsors and getting traction and getting responses for sponsors, what advice would you have for them? So you mentioned you're starting an agency. Yeah. That's we're going to talk about that after as well. But I want to speak more on the advice, for example, for me, right? Let's say I'm sent out emails, I'm reaching out to people, but nobody's responding. What advice would you have?
Okay, so the first thing is it's obviously like a numbers game. You have to reach out as much as possible. But if there is not good results from the outreach, there probably needs to be some tweaks in the email, or try to find a different contact at that same company. You can find contacts through LinkedIn and stuff like that. That's the main thing, is just trying to find the right point of contact for a company, and then having the right outreach email to make sure that you make the intention clear of what you want in terms of a partnership with them, and just kind of soft pitching yourself, like not oh, I do this, whatever, I've done this and whatever, but it's like kind of just a soft casual pitch, friendly
introducing
tone,
yourself and feeling it out, seeing if there's interest there and see if they're even open to hearing you out. No, that's great advice for sure.
Bunch of outreach, for sure, a lot of reps
for sure. Oh yeah, trust, I know. I'm only like I'm a month into this now, and I'm feeling it for sure. It's a lot of work, but I'm loving every step of it, right?
Yeah. Sometimes like within like hundreds of emails within like batches. Yeah. Just sending them out to brands, and it's crazy.
Now, I want to speak, if you're comfortable sharing more about it, the agency you're starting out. What's the name of it? Where did the idea come from? And also speak on, like, as a YouTuber, you don't always want to like condense yourself into the circle of type of content. You want to try on different things. Like, for example, for me on my podcast, I want to have different types of guests, not just focus on basketball, but starting out, obviously it's my network. I'm starting with just basketball, but I want to venture off with time. So let's start with the beginning, the agency. Speak on the name of it. Where did the idea come about? And what's the idea? What are you trying to build?
Yeah, so the name of the agency is Eraform Studios. Pretty much it's trying to shape the new era of creative success for creators. It's for creators by a creator. That's the whole gist of the company. Because a lot of agencies are pretty much just people who, went to college for marketing. They saw that influencer marketing was a field that they kind of wanted to get into, but they don't have experience from the creator side of things. So I have seen it here and there in the industry a little bit before, like not that often, like maybe 5% of people that I've come across in the industry that work as, I guess, agents have experience with content creation, which that's a very low percentage. Obviously, that's just my personal experience, but still, it's
telling though. It's telling. Yeah,
exactly. So I think if you can bring a creator's perspective into that really understands that and tries to also understand the other side as well, just understanding both sides and bringing that together, I think is very important. But for me, for sure, like when it comes to signing on creators onto the agency, it's trying to make the best environment for them. Because as a creator, I know the struggles of certain things, like when a brand is being difficult or whatever the case may be, or sometimes even the agencies are difficult, right? That are working directly with the creators. So I just want to optimize the best environment for a creator to be in and just allow them to fully focus on making their content mainly so that they can do the number one thing that's most important for them. Because obviously reaching out to brands all the time, that's time consuming, dealing with brands back and forth on the campaign, even if the deal is signed, like it's a lot. So if the creator can step away from that as much as possible and know that everything is going to be all good, it's the perfect environment for them, right? For brand deals and everything. So
how can people reach out to inquire about this? Do you have like an Instagram page for it or an email directly to contact you regarding this agency?
Yeah, so there's going to be a website. It's not live yet, but it's probably going to be live hopefully next week. It's
Yep.
just Eraformstudios.com. That's
Awesome.
I can send you the link and everything. So
Please, absolutely, absolutely. Now, let's talk a bit about the NBA. So we talked,
okay.
I want to start with NBA 2K. Let's start with that. That was your upbringing. That was your first kind of endeavor when it came to content creation. You spoke a little bit on it, on the downfall of 2K, and it's popping on YouTube. Everybody's creating videos about it. Everybody's talking about the controversy with the cover athlete not posting gameplay, but allowing people to pre-order the game without even seeing the game.
Yeah.
Talk a bit about your thoughts on why that's happening right now.
I'm not really too aware of like what's going on with 26.
Sure.
Like I saw the cover. I had a friend who texted me about it, and he was like,
Yeah.
"Oh, they're using AI for the cover." I'm not gonna lie, I don't think it was AI because you can find like the original pictures of the
Okay.
Celtics players in the background. But it's funny because they reused like the same player twice, doing
Yeah.
two different
Al
poses.
Horford,
And it was
Al
Al
Horford.
Horford. Yeah, so
Yeah.
it's like kind of weird. I get what they were going for,
Sure.
but yeah, like I said, I don't think it was AI generated or anything. But yeah, the cover situation is kind of funny though. It's like, what are y'all doing, man? It's like a huge company, and they're putting
Yeah.
the same player on the cover twice without even noticing.
For
How
sure.
does that
And
make it
I was gonna say a way to make it better, truthfully, and I was gonna ask you about this. Has anybody asked you to do radio or be a commentator? Because the voice is legendary, as everybody knows. For YouTube, it works great, but for radio specifically, or even announcing, is that something you'd be interested in, maybe in the long term?
I remember my parents always told me that I should,
Yeah.
try to get into that. I've been in other situations before where people just meet me and they're like, "Bro, you got a radio voice or whatever." Like I've been told that, but I don't know. I haven't really considered it too much.
Okay.
Right now, just kind of focused on YouTube and everything.
Sure.
So maybe in the future. It
Yeah,
could be
I think I'll
something
make
that
the
I'd be
pitch now. I'll
interested in.
start it. I think honestly, getting you to be a part of 2K, being a sideline commentator, doing the gameplay commentary, I think that'd be really cool to see.
Yeah, that could
Yeah, that'd be
fun.
dope for sure. What would be your take on social media and how it changed how younger generations consume basketball? Because obviously, when we grew up, I'm a little older than you, I believe. You're 22.
That's right. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm 27, so I'm a little older, not too much. But
Okay.
for me, like, I grew up in Canada, Ottawa, and I grew up a Raptors fan. So I grew up with the rise of the Raptors, and I got to see basically all the games on TV, watching them in full form. But the younger generation now, that was my age back then, they seem to not sit and watch the game. They seem to watch the clips. And then when they see the clips, they go outside and they just focus what they see in the clips. They don't see the entire game. So speak maybe a little bit on that when it comes to the younger generation, how they consume
Yeah,
game.
it's very interesting because I'm almost like in the middle of that, right? Because
Yeah.
like growing up, I mean, we didn't use the phone and short form content that often. Like it was the 2010s, the early 2010s. Like when I was watching a basketball game, I wasn't distracted by, I'm going to scroll on my phone or something like that, or even in the mid 2010s as well. But once you get to like 2017, 2018, 2019, and into the 2020s especially, it's like I find myself on my phone while I'm watching basketball and I'm not fully focused on the game.
Yeah.
And I think that nowadays, almost like everybody's impacted by that. Everybody's doing that subconsciously. And also the way that you are consuming highlights, long form is not, like long form highlight videos were posted on YouTube during those times. And, you could catch the highlights after the game. But now it's a lot of short form. Like you'll just see one highlight from the game, you're just scrolling through your feed and everything, and that's where you're going to consume it at. So again, like being in the middle of that, it's like I even like felt the change and felt the difference. Like not in real time, but looking back, it's like, oh, I was in the middle of this. And I don't know, it's very interesting. I think attention spans as a whole just have changed drastically with the way that social media has developed. And obviously these platforms are designed to keep people for as long as possible on their platforms. So I mean, I understand it, but yeah, it's definitely cooking a lot of brains. So
Yeah, no question. Absolutely. I even want to speak on your content because for me, like, if it's like a Saturday or Sunday or have some time off during the day, like, I'll sit there and I'll watch a 20-minute WillSoTrill video, no issues at all. But for you, strategically, when it comes to keeping people engaged for the watch time on their screen, watching your videos in full form, what's your strategy in keeping people engaged? And also, how do you kind of manage the attention span with creating movie style videos and long commentary talking about, the whole journey of a player?
yeah, so it's obviously not like a perfect formula or anything, but pretty much like what I kind of go for is that movie vibe. Like when you sit down to watch a movie, you're not going to interrupt it at all, like for anything, right? So watching a movie is like seen as this experience that you're just going to lock in for and just be drawn to it completely because it's this strong narrative. The music is helping, the narrative come along and everything like that. Like everything is all coming together and it's just story driven. And I think that when that happens, it almost just makes it click with you. And you're watching this and it's like cinematic and everything. When making longer videos like that, I almost feel like that's like the best way to make it work is lock people into a story because now they want to see this whole thing develop. Another thing is I get these comments sometimes when people, sit down to eat for like, 20, 30 minutes, they like to watch a video in the background. So when you have like a longer video like that and people are eating their food or whatever, they're enjoying their food, now they have something to watch. So that helps a lot too. I think that those are the main two things, like just whenever people are looking for something that's 20 to 30 minutes, you want to deliver on that. Just for purposes of, maybe it's my lunch break or maybe I'm just eating food or whatever the case may be. And
or at the gym even listening to the headphones and you can listen to it while you're,
Right. So those opportunities are still there. Like people still seek that. And also I think just it being a good cinematic story really adds on to everything because now you just get super invested into it.
No, I love it. And I think for me, it's definitely while I eat. That's the guilty pleasure. It's the WillSoTrill video while I'm eating. I got to do it on a daily. I want to know about you a bit more. So what's your favorite NBA team?
Okay, so I was a Bulls fan because of Derrick Rose.
Fair. Okay.
But, I mean, let's be honest, they're one of the worst run organizations in the league right now.
Unfortunately, yes.
They traded Zoe for nothing. They traded Caruso for nothing, DeRozan for nothing, Levine for nothing. And they kept Vucevic, which was the main player I didn't really like because he didn't play defense.
Nope.
So that was my problem. I was like, man, I can't support this,
Okay.
I think after the Caruso and maybe it was, after the Caruso and DeRozan trades, I was just like, man, I can't support this. Like, there's just no way.
So who will we switch to now?
I'm in Texas now. I moved to Texas. And Victor Wembanyama coincidentally got drafted like the same year I moved here.
Nice.
So I was like, man, I'm gonna watch every Spurs game for sure. And I go to San Antonio sometimes to watch, but because of that, I would probably say the Spurs, but like it's not some loyalty to a team situation. It's just I kind of just I like watching this team because they have Vic. I like watching this team because they have Giannis, and it's really just that.
Speak on the difference between watching a game from home and actually going to a game, because where I'm from, I'm in Ottawa. It's about a 6-hour drive from Toronto, so that's to go see the Raptors. And some kids where I'm from never get to go to an NBA game. So for you seeing Wemby on TV to seeing Wemby in person, speak on how different that is. Because I'll be honest, for me, I'll speak on a quick experience I had. I got to go see Golden State in Toronto and see Stephen Curry pre-game doing his warm-up and then see him in-game shooting in game speed, right? And as a shooting coach and as a guy who's worked a lot in basketball as a trainer, I've never been more amazed by looking at someone performing their craft. Like it's, I don't want to swear, but it's insane. It's insane. So for you, I want to speak more about seeing Wemby in person, but even more important than that, like getting the experience to go to a game. How different is that than watching it from home?
Man, you notice things you notice like the extreme in things. Like when you're watching it on TV, things don't really seem as extreme as they are. Like Victor Wembanyama is 7'5", listed 7'3", but even Giannis says that that's not true, right? So listed 7'5" is like, on TV he looks crazy, but it's even more extreme when you're seeing it in person. It's like, he's actually like real. He's 7'5" and he's doing these crazy things. And the game that I actually went to, one of them was against the Bucks. And I don't know if you remember the
first matchup. I remember. Yeah.
Insane. Dunks on Brook Lopez, self-lob, like, oh my God. And obviously Giannis had a crazy game too. It was just insane. I would say the environment as well is just, I haven't really been in some crazy environment. I feel like NBA crowds now aren't really what they used to be too. I definitely would say the environment is great. Like I said, I haven't been to a playoff environment or anything like that, but it's a level up in terms of the experience for sure.
Yeah. I asked you the question earlier, but I don't remember what you said. I apologize if you did say it. Have you ever had an NBA player reach out to you through your videos, having seen one of the movies, the documentaries of what you created?
I actually haven't. I don't think so.
Yet. They've seen it. There's no question they've seen it for sure.
Probably so.
Yeah. Most slept on NBA player in league history.
Ooh, in league history?
Yeah.
Oh man, I'm a big advocate for Hakeem Olajuwon. I actually
Okay.
say
Yeah.
I put Hakeem Olajuwon as the third greatest player of all time. Controversial take,
Wow.
but I say it.
Okay. Okay. Now, if Hakeem full strength with the Rockets against the 96 Bulls, let's say, for example, right? Who wins that matchup in the finals?
It probably is Chicago, just because that team was
Okay.
insane. But
Yeah.
I do think the Rockets having Hakeem is a massive advantage because that team, okay, I think the center of that team was either Bill Cartwright or was it Longley? I can't remember which one.
One or the other.
Yeah.
No
So,
chance regardless.
I mean, Hakeem made Shaq food, so he's obviously
Yeah.
making those guys food the next year.
Yeah.
So,
No, absolutely.
I mean, yeah, he's an insanely dominant center. Like every
Yeah.
matchup he faced, David Robinson, Patrick Ewing didn't matter. He got the best of all of them every single time, dominated.
Wow.
Shaq
You
was
make a
like
point. I'm
really the
thinking about
only
it now
guy.
too. You're right. Yeah.
What was that?
No, I was saying you're making a point. I'm thinking about it more and more now. I'm thinking Hakeem as
Yeah,
well. Like you're making a great point.
that's
Yeah.
what I always say. Like in the best era of centers, he was the most dominant of them all, and he won every
Yeah.
single matchup. The closest to him was Shaq. Like he
Yeah.
still put up his 30 a game. He was efficient and everything, but Hakeem still outplayed him. So
Yeah.
I don't know if he'll do that to 2000 Shaq though. You know, it's
No,
much
probably
different.
not.
Yeah.
Probably not. What's a video idea that you have that you've yet to do?
Ooh.
If you're comfortable sharing that, of course. I know with YouTubers, you kind of sometimes you gotta
Yeah.
hide it so the YouTubers don't steal it. But tell me about that.
Uh, I'm trying to think if there's like a really big one, but I don't
Sure.
exactly know.
Okay.
The obvious answer is like entire history of like Michael Jordan would be cool, because
Okay.
he's a. I mean, of course, I watched The Last Dance and everything, but it's not really a player that. I mean, I didn't live through it, so a lot of times what I notice is when I'm making these videos, I'm living through these moments that I didn't necessarily live through. So
Yeah.
the entire history of LeBron video, I only watched him from like 2010 on. So
Yeah.
I got to live 2003 to 2010 for the first time and really see what that time was like and how LeBron was. And it's like ridiculous how he was playing at that time.
For how
But
long he's been doing it for too is insane.
yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
So I think Michael Jordan, just to relive that entire time period, or not relive, but live
Yeah.
that time period as it happened. Because in the videos that I make, I try to place people in that exact time period like they're living it for the first time,
Yeah.
whether it's all
Wow.
over again or for the first time.
Yeah, for sure. I think one idea I do have for you that I do would love to see you implement to some of the videos is when you go, let's say, for example, LeBron 2003, talk about the latest cell phone or high selling video game. Like,
Yeah.
talk about what was happening in that year. I saw that another
Okay.
YouTuber do. I forgot his name, but to me, that's always cool looking at that in retrospect. Is like, I saw LeBron in a clip. He was at a WWE type of event, right? And he had a flip phone and he's recording with it and taking phone calls during the game,
Okay.
during the fight. And it was pretty funny.
That's a great idea, actually. It gets you like
Yeah,
more
I got
immersed
you.
into the time period.
100%, exactly. I want to know. I want to know exactly your thoughts on the second apron because obviously that's new, but you're seeing effects of it happening fast, and the franchises that didn't necessarily prepare for it and overspent are now cooked for the next 5 to 6, 7 years, right? What are your thoughts on the second apron and kind of what it's doing to look at the different smaller organizations that didn't necessarily have a chance in the past, how much now they're on the rise and winning championships now?
Yeah, I think with like Silver's goal is to
Yeah.
increase the parity in the league. And the second apron is definitely going to do that because I remember when the Celtics won the championship, I was like looking at the team and who they're paying. They start paying Peyton Pritchard. The team is not going to last. And of course, it didn't end up lasting, partially also because Tatum's injury. But the team was not going to last because they could not afford to have that team because of the second apron. And that just makes it to where a dynasty is going to be so hard to have now. Players are going to be in and out in terms of like role players on the team. Like if OKC is paying all these guys, where's Caruso? What's going to happen with Alex Caruso, who is such an important piece to their championship? It's going to be very difficult to maintain a championship team. And it's going to increase the floor of these other teams as well and the ceiling of these other teams, like the Indiana Pacers, what they just did, right?
Yeah.
Teams are going to take advantage. There's going to be so much more parity. And I think that is Silver's goal. Personally, I don't know. Like, growing up in the 2010s and watching, LeBron James in the Miami Heat and then LeBron James in the Cavs and then the Warriors, like, obviously, I hated the Warriors at the time. Most people did.
Fair.
I don't
We
know
all
if you-
did. We all did.
Yeah.
I did as well. Yes.
I hated the Warriors, but it was fun to like watch them and actively want them to lose. Like 2019, watching that Raptors series, I was so invested. I wasn't a fan of either team, but I was so invested and I was wanting the Raptors to win. And I'm so glad they did, and I know you are
My
too.
favorite day as an NBA fan, 100%. 100%. I even got the tattoo of the Raptors logo right in there.
Nice.
Yeah.
That's what's up, yeah. That team is
Cool.
amazing, by the way.
It is.
2019 Raptors.
They you know what's weird?
Good.
People always put brackets of like, if you look at the last 8 champions that won the championship, the Raptors, they always put them last. I don't know if it's because in the States they
highly
hit on the
disagree.
Raptors, but I totally disagree with that as well.
I would say they might be the best.
They're up there. I wouldn't say the best, but they're up there for sure.
I mean, since what year are we saying?
I'm not. Let's say 2019 to this year. So we got the Thunder, the Celtics, the Nuggets, the Warriors, the Lakers, the Raptors. I may be missing one in there, but
Yeah, the Bucks, Nuggets are the only.
Oh, the
other
Bucks,
teams,
yeah.
I think. Yeah, honestly, I would take them over the Lakers. I'd take them over the Bucks. I'd take them over the Warriors. I would take them over the Nuggets. Celtics is a tough one because that team was all around very
agreed.
good.
Yeah,
But they
just gotta
have
get
a
hot from
tendency
three.
to underperform.
Fair.
So because of that, I would take the Raptors. They also have the best player in the series in Kawhi.
Fair.
And the 25
Yeah.
OKC.
How
a
good
tough
was
one.
Kawhi that year? Like,
Oh my God, he's insane.
Jesus.
I'd love
People
to make a
forget
video
about
about
it,
that
though.
actually.
Please. I think honestly, like, I love how you do the history of a player, but even the history of a franchise. That would be cool to see it, like how the NBA introduced the franchise, who bought the team, and obviously the growth of the team itself. I think that'd be pretty cool.
For sure, yeah. But I love that Raptors team.
Yeah,
They
man.
took down the Warriors, so I love them even more.
Yeah, absolutely. What's one word you use to describe your channel? So anybody who's watching this and just
really good
hasn't seen it, doesn't know who WillSoTrill is, and they're thinking, man, like, what's one word you use to describe it?
Cinema.
I love it.
I'll go with
That's
cinema.
yeah, love it. And what's one final message? Actually, before that, on every podcast, I always ask all the questions, as everybody can notice. I want to give you the chance if you have any questions for me.
Yeah, for sure. So I mean, you just started this, obviously. What's your initial impressions? How are you enjoying this whole podcasting so far?
For sure. I mean, I spent the last 6 years building other ventures and other ideas. So I had a thing called Willpower Basketball, hence Willpower Podcast. So I kind of just ventured off after what I built already. And it was a lot of work over the last 6 years. It was exhausting. And it got to a point where I kind of burnt out and I needed to take a step back. And now I'm jumping right back into it all over again with this podcast now. And I love every second of it. Obviously, initially, beyond frustrating with a couple of things I bought that maybe I shouldn't have or I didn't necessarily need because I wanted to over-prepare and make it perfect. But I'm loving this journey, this process, and even the hustle of reaching out to guests and getting people to come on and having people like you say yes. And I'm kind of like, oh, shit, you're down. And then there's other people where they're like leaving me on red or delivered and not interested. It sucks, but it's just the reality. Like you mentioned, it's just strength in numbers. The more emails you put out, the more yeses you'll probably get.
For sure, yeah.
Yeah.
Also, another question. It's a big one.
Okay.
Where were you when the Raptors won that championship? I want to hear the story.
Yeah, great question. So first, let me tell you with the shot, the 76ers.
Oh, yes.
So that was 2019. And I was in Mexico, and I get off the flight, and it was halftime. And I just landed back in where I'm from in Ottawa. And I'm like, I got to get home now. So I'm ordering the Uber, sprinting to the tarmac to get onto the Uber. And then we're getting home. I'm asking him to drive fast. I get home, turn on the TV. 3 minutes left. It's the back and forth, like 80 to 83. Obviously, Jimmy Butler makes the layup after the steal. Should have been an and one, but nobody called it, so I'm happy about that. And then Kawhi, catches it, reverse pivot, comes across, goes towards that sideline to the baseline, makes the shot. And I have a video of it. I'm screaming, going crazy. And then obviously the championship, I was at home and I was watching it, and I could hear people, because I live in Centertown, in downtown in my area, and you could hear the crowds on the street over with all the bars and everything, of people yelling, screaming, and being so happy for, not only because we're not from Toronto, but it's representing Canada as a whole. And that team, but even that franchise, those players that we had for those 10 years, DeRozan, Lowry, Siakam, Van Vliet, Powell, I can go on and on. Like that core was a perfect representation of Canada and the growth of basketball through those years.
For sure, yeah.
Yeah,
Like I said, man, that team was amazing. Like the entire 8-man rotation they had, just great defenders everywhere. Saw what they did to Giannis, saw what they did to Steph a couple of games.
They just couldn't do it against LeBron. Couldn't do it against LeBron.
Yeah. To be fair, it was a different team. Much
For
different
sure.
team.
But still, yeah, brutal. And then finally, I mean, obviously I want to thank you, but I want to give you the chance. What's one final message you would have for the listeners listening to the Willpower Podcast?
I mean, this is something that I stand by, and I always say, anything that you want to make happen, you're capable of doing it. Just got to put your mind to it, relentlessly attack whatever it is you want to attack, and be whatever you want to be. You can be it. It doesn't matter. Just go at it. Learn every day. Learn from mistakes. Learn from everything. Anything you want to be, you can be that 100%.
Amazing. I love it. Thank you so much. WillSoTrill, the greatest voice on YouTube. Hit him up. You can see all his information in the bio down below. Thank you guys for tuning in for episode 3 of the Willpower Podcast, and I'll see you guys in the next episode.